Texas Longhorns fans, pay attention, because what I'm about to tell you could be huge. There's a player arriving in Austin who could solve a problem that has been bothering Sarkisian all season long, and nobody is talking about it the way they should. Stick with me until the end, because this information is big. All right, let's get straight to the point. In 2025, the expectation was that the Texas tight end position would finally take off after the arrival of Jack Endries through the transfer portal. Endries came in with an impressive resume, nearly 1,000 receptions and more than 1,000 receiving yards over 2 seasons at Cal, but things never really took off for him in Austin. He finished with just 33 receptions for 346 yards, the worst numbers of his career. And remember, he was following in the footsteps of highly productive players like Gunnar Helm and Jatavian Sanders. If you're a real football fan, subscribe to the channel right now, turn on notifications, and smash that like button, because this is the kind of big news you're only going to get right here. But now, heading into 2026, there's one name I want you to remember: Michael MASUNAS. This is the player who could change everything. MASUNAS arrived through the transfer portal from Michigan State. He stands 6'5", weighs around 259 pounds, and was ranked by 24/7 Sports as the 6th best overall tight end in the country. But his track record as a receiver is still relatively modest. In 3 seasons with the Spartans, he recorded just 24 receptions for 270 yards, although he did score 3 touchdowns last season. His biggest strength has always been something else: pass blocking, and he does it extremely well. And that's exactly where the good news comes in. During spring practices, MASUNAS surprised everyone by showing much more potential as a pass catcher than even Sarkisian expected. The head coach publicly commented that MASUNAS had shown more in the passing game than the coaching staff had originally projected, opening the door for Texas to use that part of his game much more than they initially anticipated. That completely changes the picture, because Texas's plan for 2026 appears to be pretty clear: use 2 tight ends on the field at the same time and build a powerful, run-heavy offense. And that's no coincidence. Texas invested heavily in the transfer portal this offseason, bringing in top-tier running backs. Having a blocker of the size and strength of MASUNAS at the point of attack is essential for that plan to work, especially in a zone-based scheme that appears to be the direction offensive coordinator Kyle Flood is taking. Think about this for a second. If Texas can improve its explosive rushing plays, an area where the Longhorns ranked just 78th nationally last season, with MASUNAS creating running lanes while also contributing in the passing game, this offense gains an entirely new dimension that simply wasn't there before. He could be the missing piece. And it's not just him. There's an interesting competition happening in the tight end room. Spencer Shannon, despite being described by Sarkisian himself as one of the best examples of the kind of behavior they want within the roster, still doesn't have a single college target, even though he played nearly 350 snaps last season. Then there's Nick Townsend, who has added significant muscle and now stands 6'3" and weighs around 250 pounds. He's shown noticeable physical development during practices open to the media, and even scored a touchdown in the win over Texas A&M. And then you have Emory Winston, who has been described internally as the guy with the best hands in the tight end room, despite having more of an offensive line type build. But when you look at the entire picture, it's Michael MASUNAS who stands out as the most important piece, an elite blocker who is showing more ability in the passing game than anyone expected, playing a position that Texas has clearly decided to prioritize as part of its offensive philosophy this season. Now, I want to hear from you, Longhorns fans. Do you believe Michael MASUNAS is going to be the surprise weapon of the Texas Longhorns offense in 2026? Can he finally solve the tight end problem that has been hanging over this team for the past 2 seasons? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video with another Texas fan who needs to know about Michael MASUNAS. Hook 'em.